In today's lesson, we're going to learn how to assemble your oboe as well as how to hold your oboe. So first things first, you have your case here. We need to make sure that we know which side of the case is the top of the case so that our oboe doesn't get opened upside down and fall onto the ground. Oftentimes, oboe cases will have the brand name on top. You can look for that first, but the clearest giveaway is to look at the latches and see which way are the latches facing. So look for the latches. Make sure that you know which side of your case is on top and which side is on bottom. Then we open our case. And when we open our case, we see that the oboe has three sections that we are to assemble together. On bottom, we have our bell, which then connects to what we call our lower joint, which then connects to our upper joint. So at first, the lower joint and upper joint will probably look pretty similar. What you want to look for, how you know that it's the lower joint, is two easy giveaways. Number one, if you turn the oboe to the back, you'll see the thumb rest on the lower joint. And if you're looking at the front part of the oboe, you'll see these keys over to here that go up vertically. They kind of stand out, and to me, they kind of look like jelly beans. So it's not the official term, but I like to call these your jelly bean keys. So the first thing that we assemble is our bell to our lower joints. Now, if you look at my bell, you'll see that I have an extra key on the bell. Not all instruments have this, not all oboes have this extra key, but if yours does, like mine, close that pad, and you'll see when you close that pad down, it lifts what we call our bridge key. You're going to want to have that lifted because it's going to need to connect to the other bridge key that you have on your lower joint. Now, when we put the oboe together, you want to make sure that you are pressing down, because you will need to grip to twist the two joints together. When we're gripping, we want to be very careful of the jelly bean keys and any sort of thin, long, skinny metal that we see. A good rule of thumb is to find the keys, right? The keys that your fingers are going to press down on. These keys are meant to be pressed. So as you're putting it together, press down on those keys so you can get a nice firm grip. The palm of my hand is supporting on the back side of the oboe, clear of any vulnerable thin metal. And now we can start twisting it into place. As we twist into place, you want to make sure that those two bridge keys line up. The bridge keys, I'll link some pictures at the bottom of this video so you can get a closer look. But what bridge keys do is they connect these two sections of the oboe together. So they need to meet, because when you press down a key on this part of the oboe, it will open or close this bottom key down here. So it literally acts as a bridge between the two sections of the oboe. So make sure that your bridge keys are lined up. Now we can go on to the next section of the oboe. We'll put a little cork grease on as well. And the same concept applies on your upper joints. You want to make sure that where you're gripping is where your fingers would go, right onto the keys, staying away from pressing down hard on any of the octave keys or any of the side keys. Now, on the upper joint, we find two bridge keys. They're located right on the back. And we want to make sure that those bridge keys slide in together nice and cleanly. Excellent. Now we have our oboe assembled.